The comma, rule number 6. Use a comma to separate independent clauses in a compound sentence. A compound sentence has two independent clauses. An independent clause has a subject and verb. An independent clause is a clause that can stand alone as a sentence and forms a complete thought. So let's look at an example of a compound sentence. As Mark was hurrying home from school that afternoon, the rain began to fall. So in our compound sentence, here we have our independent clause number 1. As Mark was hurrying home from school that afternoon. And our independent clause number 2. The rain began to fall. So we have these two clauses and a comma separating independent clause number 1 from independent clause number 2. So we have to read our sentence again with that comma. As Mark was hurrying home from school that afternoon, the rain began to fall. So let's practice some commas in our compound sentences. Number 1, while I was sitting on the bench, the plane flew over my head. Sentence number 2, as he was passing near the shop, I asked him to buy me a loaf of bread. Sentence number 3, when the car skidded off the road, the man rushed to get the passengers out. Let's go back to sentence number 1 and let's identify where our comma should be placed. So let's find our independent clauses. While I was sitting on the bench, the plane flew over my head. So here we have two clauses that can stand alone as sentences. While I was sitting on the bench, that's a clause to me, and the plane flew over my head. So let's put our comma after that first one, after put bench. While I was sitting on the bench, comma, the plane flew over my head. Number 2, as he was passing near the shop, I asked him to buy me a loaf of bread. So that pause after shop. So first independent clause, as he was passing near the shop. Here we have a first independent clause, we have a comma. I asked him to buy me a loaf of bread. Our second independent clause, the comma separating those clauses in that compound sentence. Number 3, when the car skidded off the road, the man rushed to get the passengers out. So here we have our comma after road. So when the car skidded off the road, comma, first independent clause, the man rushed to get the passengers out. And our second independent